Welcome to the Miss Amanda Show. Welcome everybody to D-I-N-O of the day. Dino of the day. Today is a special Dino of the day because we are going to do not one, but two. We have the Ankylosaurus and the Pteraodon, which you may think is a pterodactyl, but it's not. How is everybody's summer read? Are you getting those reading logs in? I know I am. Gotta hear you. That's wonderful. I am going to be having a special guest. Dun, dun, dun. Tony. Tony.
Miss Amanda.
Hi.
Hey.
Do you know anything about our dinosaurs today?
No, not really.
Me either.
I know some things here and there, but
I think that we would probably know more about the pterodactyl, because guess who's a pterodactyl?
Delta.
Delta is a pterodactyl. That is correct. We have the Pteranodon book, which there is a difference between the Pteranodon and the pterodactyl, and we will get into that.
I know one thing.
What?
Pterodactyls have teeth. Pterodons don't.
What?
Yeah, the pterodons don't have teeth.
I didn't know that. You have teeth.
Yeah.
So, Delta, I've never seen teeth in Delta though. I think he's just a baby.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like you. You're a carnivore. And you are kind of like a vegetarian.
I still eat meat, but I like my veggies.
You do. Which you should eat your veggies at home. Because eating your vegetables make you grow big and strong. And we have the Ankylosaurus. This is called the armored dinosaur. The armored dinosaur would have been great for in any kind of military because they call this dinosaur the tank, right? I think that I would have liked to have you in our military. You could just take everybody down.
Yeah.
But you're a Snow Knight, so which one should we do first?
Let's do the Ankylosaurus.
Ankylosaurus! Oops, I just knocked it down. Ankylosaurus. All right. What was the Ankylosaurus? And how you enunciate the Ankylosaurus, you could go Ankylosaurus. That's correct. Was a big, bulky dinosaur. Its name means stiff lizard. Ankylosaurus was covered with thick plates. The plates formed a coat of armor. With all that armor, Ankylosaurus could not wiggle around much. This dinosaur really was stiff.
Like a turtle.
Oh, it's like a big giant turtle. I wonder if it could go in its shell.
I don't know.
That would be neat. What did the Ankylosaurus look like? Ankylosaurus was heavy and wide. It weighed about as much as an elephant. It was almost as long as a school bus. That is pretty big, my friends.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Ankylosaurus was bigger than you.
Yeah, probably. Well, my size right now.
Mm-hmm. Its skull's bones were very thick. They left only enough room for a tiny brain. So Ankylosaurus was not a very smart dinosaur. Ankylosaurus had 4 short legs. It had a club on its end of the tail. Other animals did not bother the Ankylosaurus very often. They did not want to get smacked with that club. Mm-mm. What about those plates? Ankylosaurus had bony plates on its back and tail. It had plates covering the top of its head. It even had plates around its eyes. Whoa. That's pretty cool. That dinosaur is so protected, I wouldn't want to mess with it either.
Yeah.
But it does look kind of adorable. Hard spines stood up from the back plates. They stuck out from the head plates. They pointed out sideways from the shoulder plates. Plates and spines were everywhere. What were they for? They protected the Ankylosaurus from other dinosaurs. Nothing could bite into that armor. Nothing. How did the Ankylosaurus spend its time? The Ankylosaurus spent a lot of time eating. It had a big body to feed. This dinosaur ate plants. Its head hung close to the ground. It could reach plenty of ferns and shrubs. There, Ankylosaurus had a short, wide teeth. They ground up leaves, roots, and sticks. So the Ankylosaurus was a vegetarian like Miss Amanda.
Yeah.
How do we know about the Ankylosaurus? Ankylosaurus lived millions of years ago. So how do we know about it? We know because it left behind bones and spines. Scientists have found them buried in the ground. They have even found Ankylosaurus tail clubs. Can you imagine finding that?
Yeah.
That would be like the best dig ever for a paleontologist. I wish that I could be a paleontologist so bad. But I just pretend. I like to pretend when I'm outside and I'm digging. Things that ancient animals and plants have left behind are called fossils. Fossils tell us where dinosaurs lived. They tell us what kind of food they ate. Fossils tell us all about Ankylosaurus. And our Ankylosaurus had to go away
Yeah.
because we're getting to the end of the book. Where have the Ankylosaurus bones been found? Canada, Montana, and Wyoming. In South America, Bolivia. Wow. Fossil hunters are the ones that find them. This was a really great and interesting book. You can find this book at the Wilmington Public Library. We have lots and lots of books that you could be reading for summer read, all about dinosaurs. And All you have to do is call us up and ask us for our dinosaur collection. Or come on in, because we have lots of books about dinosaurs, just like this one, that are just waiting to be read. Is that right, Tony?
Yeah.
How did you guys think about the Ankylosaurus?
I know, I like it.
I like him too. He seems like a very mellow dinosaur and doesn't bother anybody, and he seems very protective if somebody were to come and bother him. That'd be a dinosaur I'd like to hang out with,
Yeah.
like a giant turtle.
Now it's time for the Pteranodon.
The Pteranodon. Do you want to say something about the Pteranodon before I get into this?
Well, it's really kind of confusing because people are always like, oh, the pterodactyl, that's a big, that's a delta, right?
Yeah, that's Delta.
But the Tyrannosaurus is also like almost the same thing, which kind of confuses some people that maybe the pterodactyl never existed and maybe it was just a pteranodon.
Whoa, that's deep, Tony.
Yeah.
That's some real science thinking there. We'll learn about him in this book. Tony, you're always filled with so many logical and very informative things. How did you get to be so smart?
I read.
Ooh, reading is good for you. Meet the Pteranodon. Have you heard of the Pteranodon? If you thought the Pteranodon was a flying dinosaur, you were wrong. It is true that the Pteranodon was a prehistoric flying reptile. It is also true that it lived during the age of the dinosaurs. The Pteranodon was not a dinosaur, though. Flying reptiles such as the Pteranodon belong to a group of animals called Pterosaurus. Pterosaurus and dinosaurs were close relatives. Paleontologists have learned a lot about the Pteranodon by studying its fossils. For example, they know that the Pteranodon had a short tail and a crest on its head. Scientists know that Pteranodons had large wings. They also know that they were toothless. In fact, a Pteranodon means winged and toothless. You were right, Tony.
Yeah.
You were so right. I wish I had a lot of information like you, Tony.
Just gotta read.
Mm-hmm. The Late Cretaceous Period. Scientists use geologic time to break Earth's long history into smaller time periods. The Pteranodon lived during the Late Cretaceous period. This period of geologic time lasted about 89 to 65 million years ago. That is a long time. The Pteranodon and the rest of the Pterosaurus became extinct at the end of the Late Cretaceous period. Oh, that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Pterodons shared the skies with other pterosauruses, such as these ones, that hunted for food in the ocean. This is the same time that the dinosaurs became extinct. Paleontologists have different theories or ideas about why all of the animals became extinct. They are always looking for more clues about this mass extinction, though. I'm so glad that you guys survived.
Yeah.
Because you're my bestest of friends.
You're my best friend, too.
Oh. Where did the Pteranodon live? Fossils form in sedimentary rocks. These rocks form sediment, such as mud, sand, or stone, is under pressure for a very long time. If a dead plant or animal is covered by sediment, its remains may form a fossil. Pteranodon fossils has been found in Kansas and in North America, and in England, in Europe. During the late Cretaceous period, both of these continents had warm and humid climates. The pterodon had been found in sedimentary rocks that formed near oceans and seas. This led paleontologists to think that the pteranodons had a diet and a habit a bit like today's pelicans.
Like fish.
Yes, Delta loves fish.
Yeah, he does.
They do remind me of the pelicans, though.
Mm-hmm.
But pelicans aren't reptile-y looking.
No, they're birds.
Mm-hmm. I think pelicans kind of do have a little bit of feathers. I don't think pterodons have feathers.
Yeah, pteranodons don't have feathers, but...
No. But I never really pet a pelican.
Yeah, I mean, they're feathery, but
Yeah.
I haven't pet one either.
A flying reptile. The Pteranodon was one of the largest pterosauruses. A fully grown Pteranodon had a body that was 6 feet 2 meters long. The wingspan of a Pteranodon this size could be up to about 33 feet. The Pteranodon was very light for its size, weighed only around 55 pounds. That's 25 kilos. This was in part because pteranodons had hollow bones, as do today's birds.
Yeah.
Whoa. One of the pteranodon's most mysterious features was its chest, the bony growth on its skull. Some paleontologists thought that the crest helped the pterodon steer while flying. Other scientists thought that the crest helped pterodons tell each other apart.
Yeah, maybe.
That is really good.
Yeah, paleontologists say that the Pteranodon is larger than most pterosauruses.
Whoa.
Because they have a wingspan over 6 meters, which is around 16 to 18 feet. Which is really, really big.
Moly.
Yeah, and they refer to pterosauruses as pterodactyls, but they're most likely pteranodons.
Most likely pteranodons. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people like to call the pteranodon a pterodactyl, right?
Yeah, just because they look so similar.
Yeah. I wonder what they used in Jurassic Park. Pteranodon wings. Paleontologists think the pterodon was a strong flyer. They came to this theory by looking closely at fossils of its wings. They saw the pteranodon's wings and shoulders would have been very muscular due to the size of its body and wings. It would have been hard for the pteranodon to flap its wings quickly. This means that it pushed itself through the air with large, slow flaps of its wings instead. Although it flew, the pteranodon did not have feathers, as a bird does. Dinosaurs are most closely related to today's birds than pteranodons are.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
I know. It kind of goes into your wingspan.
Yeah.
No wonder why their wingspan was no wonder why they're so heavy. Could you imagine flapping all that?
It'd be a lot.
I wonder if that's what Delta has.
Possibly.
We'll have to ask him.
Yeah.
Pteranodon sense. The pteranodon had a large head. It also had a large brain compared to the size of the rest of its body. Fossils of the pterodon skull show that its brain was likely much that of today's birds. Based on this clue, paleontologists think the Pterasaurus was fairly smart and had good eyesight. They think the Pteranodon may have had a good sense of smell too. This is also true of many birds today that eat fish or hunt prey. Sharp sense and intelligence would have been useful the Pteranodon as it hunted for its food in the prehistoric oceans. That is one smart bird.
Yeah.
Or flying reptile.
Yeah.
Eating on the fly. The pterodon was a carnivore. This means it was a meat eater. Since it lived near the ocean or seas, the pteranodon's diet was made up of marine animals. These animals include bugs, crabs, fish, and shellfish that lived during the late Cretaceous period. The pterodon had no teeth. How did it hunt and eat? Paleontologists think that the Pterasaurus scooped its prey up out of the water using its bee-like mouth. It would then have swallowed its food whole. This way of hunting and eating might have looked a lot like the way today's pelicans hunt and eat. I have seen a pelican scooped fish up before. I have seen that, and then they swallow them whole.
I haven't seen that.
Males and females. Fossils give paleontologists many clues about an animal. They use this information to come up with their theories about that animal's life. When paleontologists look at the pteranodon's fossils, they can see that females have bigger hips than males. Just in real life. This is because pteranodons likely laid the eggs, just as other dinosaurs and today's reptiles and birds do. Paleontologists also saw that males had bigger crests than females. This is a new discovery, led scientists to change their ideas about the purpose of the crest. Scientists once thought that the crest helped the animal in flight. Today it is thought that the male's crest helped it draw a mate to it.
Kind of like birds. No.
Yeah. I know some birds do like a dance. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The dance macabre. I bet you would be a great saxophone player, Tony.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know. My mouth is kind of big though.
But remember what I always say, Tony.
You can be what you want.
Mm-hmm. Out of reach. The Pteranodon was a predator, but other animals also hunted it. One of its dinosaur predators was
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
yes!
Huh.
One of the most fearsome carnivores of the late Cretaceous period. The Pteranodon had claws on its wings. It was not big enough to fight predators like a 6-ton T-Rex, though. Holy moly.
It's a lot.
Yes. I'm sure glad you and Delta get along.
Yeah.
The Pteranodon's best defense against its predators was to fly away. In fact, paleontologists think that the Pteranodon spent a great deal of time in the air. It may have landed only to nest and sleep and mate. That is a big T-Rex in that picture. Yeah, but Tony, you're a lovable guy.
Yeah, I'm little.
No bones about it. The first Pteranodon fossil was found in 1876 in Kansas. It was a skull digged up by S.W. Wilson, a fossil collector collector who worked for the paleontologists. One Pteraodon fossil had been found since then. You may remember that the Pteranodon had hollow bones. Their bones were often crushed before they could fossilize. For that reason, most Pteranodon fossils have been found in a place where there was once water. The soft ocean floor protected the Pteranodon's bones enough that the fossil could form. Each new fossil that is found can tell scientists things about the Pteranodon's life. That is kind of interesting that they could only find fossils of the Pteranodon in the ocean. That is something that I didn't know. But now reading this book that I got from the Wilmington Public Library, I know a lot more about the Pteranodons.
Yeah, me too.
And I know that their bones are really hollow. So if you do find a bone that is a Pteranodon, you gotta be lucky because they are usually crushed. That was so good today. These books were amazing. I had so much fun.
I did too. I got some pizza making, so I'll be back.
Okay. Until then, say goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Tony. Enjoy your pizza.
I will.
We learned a lot today about our Ankylosaurus and the Pteranodons. Just remember now, you can get those books at the Wilmington Public Library. And until next time, for our D-I-N-O of the day, Dino of the day. How do we say goodbye in sign language? That's right. Goodbye.